All right, hello everyone. Moving now into game 3 in this series, Goody versus Nerchio here on Cloud Kingdom. Goody spawning as the purple Terran player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Nerchio spawning as the red Zerg on the top right-hand side of the map. Zerg versus Terran. So far, this series is tied up at 1 game apiece, and I am curious to know if Goody will once again be going for that proxy 2 racks. This push has no sense on Daybreak. Okay, so apparently the push that we saw earlier says that there's really no reason to do that on Daybreak since it's really not that effective. But I think if Nerchio had actually scouted out Goody, Goody didn't do that standard proxy 2 racks. Instead, he did a proxy 1 racks with a little bit of poking, not much damage, and then pulled back, unless he was talking about the Hellion push, which I do agree wasn't that successful. Goody wasn't able to get the economic damage that he wanted to, and because many of those drones were able to stay alive and stick around much longer, Nerchio was able to keep up his third base as a macro hatch and then simply come back over the top with mass roaches. Goody now opting to build a barracks down here on the low ground, and will he be going for a fast command center? The Overlord here coming in from Nerchio is going to actually get sight of this barracks rather easily. Meanwhile, this drone, Nerchio going for a hatchery first instead of a spawning pool first once more. We are going into that economic game, assuming that Goody cannot deal a lot of damage to his opponent at this point. Alright, barracks is nearing completion. This is going to be a 2 racks build once again. What is Goody's follow-up plan going to be? Is he going to be able to upgrade that to an orbital command? I do believe so. Waiting for the additional resources. There you have it. Upgrading this to an orbital command, and then we'll be building up, I believe, a supply depot, or we'll be forced to build up a supply depot soon. There it is, and now Marines will be starting to be trained and then starting to walk across the map. Alright, the Overlord does spot this proxy or low ground 2 racks coming in from Goody, and Goody now really needs to train up a lot more Marines if he wants to push down the pressure on Nerchio. You can see he is not going for any refineries at all, and with no refineries, he's going to be pretty much limited on tech to only Marines. Marines still making the trek across the map. Are we going to perhaps see a command center here? Still no signs yet, as Goody going into even more barracks. This is going to be a 4 racks play, and if he goes into 4 racks play against this many drones, he should actually be in a very, very strong position. Nerchio, however, suspecting that something is awry, and he is going to be going for that Spine Crawler. Spine Crawler with 2 armor does cause a bit of an issue for these Marines. Marines, instead of dealing 6 damage per attack, ends up dealing 4 damage. And with only 4 damage per attack, it takes over, I believe, 80 shots or about 75 shots to take down a Spine Crawler, maybe 78 if you count in natural regeneration. Alright, Marines attempting to shoot down this Overlord. Overlord will be able to get away with little to no effort, as the Overlord now hides off here at the 9 o'clock position. Nerchio limited in terms of what he can do on these bases. Now we can see that Goody is going into 5 racks play, and Goody really wanted to make sure that Nerchio doesn't know what's going on here at this expansion. You can see that the Zerglings are going to be making their way in, and oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Handful of Marines, 7 Marines and an SCV now making the trek out, and Goody is just going to continually train up 5 Marines. A mass Marine army to take down Nerchio, and Nerchio, who has fast expanded and has yet to take gas, won't have the Banelings to deal with this. Zerglings now trying to pull all the way back. You can see more Marines coming in from that far side. What is happening to this Zergling here, as we are going to see a bit of an engagement. 7 Marines ready to go. 7 Marines against 7 Zerglings. Those 7 Marines will one-shot 2 of those Zerglings, and and Nerchio's going, no, Goody, don't do it. It's a trap. All right, so you can see Nerchio sitting on 18. This is going to be an SCV all in. An Overlord now making its way over as well. 21 SCVs, and here you go. Nerchio screaming no. He knows what's going to be happening. Here comes the spine crawlers. There are queens in position. Is it going to be enough? 10 SCVs, that does absorb a lot of damage. No, it's going to be even more than that. 16 SCVs absorbing a lot of damage, and here you have it. It is a trap, and Nerchio is going to clean this up, flanking out many of those units there. SCVs are now on auto repair. Are they going to be able to deal any damage? Is it going to be able to stop these spine crawlers? It looks as though the Zerglings are backing off and yes, it is going to be rerouting itself. Goody will be forced to say GG. There is the game. Goody taking the first game, unable to follow it up, and Nerchio seals the deal with a victory in Game 2 and Game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.